It's your boy, Terrible ASMR. We got one final mock draft. Thank God, draft day is here. The speculation is over. It's gonna be here. This is the last mock draft we're gonna do. This is my final one. This is what I think is gonna happen. It's probably gonna be all wrong, but who knows? We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna use the same thing I've been using, BFF, but I'm also gonna be using another screen here to look at I'm looking at predictpick.nfl. I only know about it because I joined in on like a group thing where you make your pick, and whoever does the best, wins, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I like their team needs better, so I'm actually going to be referencing these maybe a little more than the ones on PFF. So, let's get into it. Let's make these picks. Alright, we're starting this baby. First one, easy, Trevor Lawrence, blah, blah, blah. Not even going to do it. Second one, Zack Wilson, boom. Now, everybody keeps talking like it's going to be, could be Mac Jones, could be Fields. Who knows? Do they like Trey Lance? We have no idea. But we do know that Justin Fields is the best quarterback on the board. And I will stand by this pick until they draft someone else. Because why wouldn't they take Justin Fields? There's no reason for them not to. Alright, on to the next one, the Falcons. They want to move this pick. I believe the Falcons want to move this pick. I don't think they get the right offer. I don't think anybody wants to truly move up to number 4 to take Lance or to take or to take Jones. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to move up to the Falcons spot. They end up having to take a pick. They're perfectly fine with that. Kyle Pitts, boom. That's their guy. Real easy. Alright, the Bengals. They need offensive linemen. They need them. Penny Sewell feels like their guy. They're going to take him. Dolphins. Really simple. I think these first 6 picks are the easiest ones. And then it starts to get a little tricky. I think they go Jamar Chase. Now it starts to get a little tricky. The Lions, we don't know what they want really. I mean, do they want, what are they doing with Jared Goff, man? Are they going to try to win with him or not? I feel like this pick, it has to be receiver. I feel like they have to go Devontae Smith here. It just makes the most sense. They just lost Galladay. They need receivers. There's not really any move that they can make. Or, I mean, they might want to trade back. It depends. Do the Broncos want to move up? Probably not. Do they want to leapfrog the Panthers? Probably not. This feels like an easy pick. I think Devontae Smith is going to go there. I don't think Waddle's going to go before him. Feels like Devontae. Now, the Panthers and the Broncos, man, they've been doing some weird stuff. It's like everyone's going crazy over like who's going to take the next quarterback. Is it going to be the Panthers or the Broncos going to try to leapfrog them? What the heck is going to happen? They made a trade with each other. Bridgewater got sent to the Broncos. Broncos have Bridgewater and Locke, but they're still saying, the other teams are literally still saying, they still might want to get a QB in the draft. The Panthers are saying the same thing, like, they got rid of a QB, so maybe it makes sense for them to still be looking QB. But I'm looking at this, and I don't think they get a quarterback. I think the only reason the Broncos and the Panthers are acting like they have interest are because they think Justin Fields might fall. There's a chance of that. I don't believe that Trey Lance is going to be a decent quarterback, but I don't think either of these teams are looking at this board and thinking, like, yeah, we got to go Trey Lance here. I don't think that. I think both of them think they need pieces that can help them win now, and they both have trust in their current quarterbacks. Here's the thing. Panthers, they traded for Sam Darnold. They gave up a second, a fourth, and a sixth. Do you trade away that many picks on a guy you're not so sure about? They haven't exercised his 5th option yet, his 5th-year option, but I think they will. They're waiting till after the draft. You don't make that trade unless you're giving that guy a chance for 2 years. Now, could they get Trey Lance and say, like, hey, we're going to put this guy behind you for 2 years. If you don't work out, he's our guy? They could. But why now? Why would they do that doesn't have it, but they could use line. They really could. And why not help out Sam Darnold? I think they get Slater. Slater goes number 8. I think he goes number 8. The Broncos, I don't think they want a QB. I don't think they're looking. They trust Drew Lock. They trust Drew Lock. He's played in 18 total games. It's just like, he's only had 2 seasons. It's just, I don't see it. I truly believe they're going with him. And Bridgewater is there to just help out. They're not drafting QB. So, what do they need? Well, obviously PFF, QB, tackle, linebacker, but I'm more focused on on this board, which also has linebacker, because, yeah, I'm going to go Parsons here. I think they're going to go Parsons. I don't think Parsons would fall out of the top 10. I think somebody's going to take him. I don't know. I just have a feeling he's a freak. I'm sorry, he's a freak. He's an absolute freak. That gets us to number 10. Of course, the Cowboys need some help in the secondary. Could take some O-line. They could use some stuff on the defensive side for sure. Maybe if Parsons falls to them, maybe they take him. But it seems like they're going to be the first team to go corner. That just feels right. And I think Surtain will be the first to go. Maybe J.C. Horn's better. Maybe Farley's better. Everyone's just worried about his injuries. Surtain's going to go first. It just feels like what it's going to be. Up next, you have the Giants. The Giants, interesting play here. Very interesting play. It's all depends on, do they like somebody on the board or not? Or they might be looking to move here. Because I think the Patriots, if they see this situation happening, do they move up to 11 to take Trey Lance? Maybe. Maybe they don't think they need to move up. They're looking at the Eagles, Chargers, Vikings. They don't think they have to move up to get Trey Lance. So we're just going to keep the teams where they're at. Maybe the Giants, they don't want to move. They like their number 11 pick here. What do they need? Well, they need a lot. Let's see. I don't like these. Of course, offensive line, it's an easy pick. But looking at predict pick page, they need linebackers, O-line, wide receivers. Okay, yeah, I already said O-line. But linebackers, obviously, maybe they could easily be a Parsons suitor if he were to fall there. But I think they go receiver. I think they go receiver, especially with Jalen Waddle on the board. Help Daniel Jones out, man. Get him somebody else. I mean, I know they got Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, but Waddle could be that true number 1 guy. I think he'd be worth it to get over them, especially if none of the good tackles are available. Maybe they like Darsaw. Who knows? I don't think Darsaw will go number 11. That seems like too high. I think in this situation, with Jalen Waddle still on the board, I think they take him. As you can see, Trey Lance continues to fall. And I think it's because teams don't see the need to trade up for him. Maybe. Actually, another thing, with that Giants pick, or any of these picks really, does the football team or do the Bears want to move up to get Trey Lance and jump the Patriots? I think in this situation, we might actually see the Patriots or somebody have to move up to that 11th pick to make sure they get Trey Lance if they truly want him. But in this case, because it's so hard to predict trades, we're just going to go straight down the board with what we have. And I think it'll work out for the Pats either way. I think they'll get their guy. But with the Eagles here, wide receivers, corners, D-line, linebackers. What do we got for the Eagles? Feels like cornerback. Feels like that's their best go because J.C. Horn is still on the board. Maybe they like Bateman. I don't know. I don't think Bateman would go this high. Who else do they need? Linebacker. Just nobody else looks better than the J.C. Horn pick right here. And that's where I think they'll go. And we get to the Chargers. They need O-line. They need corners. Well, is that good? Yeah, basically, it's right when they have both the same thing here. But yeah, they need line, they need corners. What's on the board for them? All right, Darsaw at 13. Not bad. None of the corners option. Let's help out Herbert. Let's help him out. Darosal 13. We get to 14. We got the Vikings. Alrighty, the Vikings. O-line, just like everybody, and O-line and some defense, of course. So, what are we looking at here? O-line, not looking good. Most of the O-line guys, maybe they like Vera Tucker. Does Vera Tucker go 14? Whew, that'd be nuts. Maybe. I could see it. But, with the Vikings, feels like it could be a Morik pick. But, I don't know, because they also do need some help on the linebacker side. Could certainly see them going with Jock here, but this feels like it's going to be Morik. Right here, number 14, it's going to be Morik. We get to 15, Trey Lance. They might have to trade up for this. I don't know if this is even possible for him to fall this far. It depends if the football team and the Bears want him, or if they are looking at this and they're like, alright, we're cool with like Mac Jones coming all the way down here. Could definitely see that. But this, I think one way or another, the Patriots might end up with Trey Lance, especially if he falls that far. Alrighty. To the Cardinals. What do they need? They need some cornerbacks. Wide receivers, O-line. None of that shit's even up there. Interesting. What do we got for the Cardinals? Who are we taking? They could use some O-line. Vera Tucker, still on the board. Not a bad pick at 16. Not a bad pick at all. Do they need linebackers? Let's see. Don't really need linebackers. O-lines are on the board. They could use some corners. Maybe they like Newsome here. Possibly. They possibly might want Newsome. But, it's interesting. This one has nothing about D-line. This one, says they literally need it. And, this feels right. This feels right. For Barmore to go right there. Maybe they go Vera Tucker. Who knows? Could be too early of a pick. We're gonna see. We get to the Raiders. They need offensive line. They need corners. What else do they need? Safety. Let's see. What else on the board here? Yeah, basically O-line, linebackers, corners. Yeah, they might be looking corners here. They feel good for the Farley pick. I don't know why. I just think the Raiders will pick him. I just have that feeling. We'll see. Probably not gonna happen, but feels like 17. Feels like that's gotta be Farley. I mean, who else can they look at? You know, they need offensive line. Maybe they want Vera Tucker. Who knows? Could definitely see it. In this situation, we're actually gonna say he's their guy. Vera Tucker is their guy. Alrighty. Up next, we have the Dolphins. Not even on the board here is running backs, but man, the Dolphins don't have any really great running backs. And to be honest, I don't know why they aren't being considered for the first team to take a running back off the board. So let's take a look off the board here. We got wide receivers. They need D-line, O-line, running backs, linebackers. O-line's up here, D-line's up here. Yeah, could definitely see that. Do they really want to be one of the first teams to take an edge or what? I mean, maybe they like Quiddy Bay, but I don't know. I feel like a good pick for them is to just snag Najee. They already have. I mean, imagine putting Najee and Jamar Chase out there with Tua. That's going to help him big time. And for some reason, they don't even want Najee on this list. So we're going to go to our running backs here and find him. Get out of here. That's a bunch of bull. Najee's the best one in the back in here. And I think that he's going to go 18. I could see it. It's probably a reach. I don't know. Who knows? But I could definitely see it. I don't know why it wouldn't happen. We get to the Washington football team. They need O-line, linebackers, QB, wide receiver. Probably not a first-round wide receiver is not what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking O-line. Vera Tucker's already gone. I forgot. When did I take him? Oh my god, I forgot about that. But, let's see. They could use line. What else do we have for the football team? O-line, linebacker. Yep, here it is. I like this one right here. I think Jock see what they can get for the next year. So it feels like Jock is going to be their pick here. And that gets the Bears. Here we go. The Bears. They were trying to make some trades. They wanted Watson. They wanted Russell. They're going to get Mac Jones. All right, so they're going to have Mac Jones go in there, compete with Andy Dalton. Dalton will probably start it out, but they're going to take Mac right here. 20th pick. Not bad pick at all to get him at 20. I like that one a lot. Get down to the Colts. They need some O-line, D-line, some corners, receivers. Bateman would not be a bad pick here. I mean, who do they have already? You got T.Y. Hilton. That's all I can think of right now. But they definitely could use some receivers. Let's see, what do we got for the Colts? Alright. Alrighty. Yeah, so O-line and receivers. Maybe corners. Do they need corners? They could use a corner. Maybe they're the team that'll reach on Farley. Who knows? They could use some D-line too. This one feels pretty good. Right here, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I actually have no idea about this one. We're going to say they're the first team to take Pay. They're going to take Pay at 21. I like that pick. That's a really good pick. I think if you can get him in the 20s, solid. Teens feels like too early, but 20s probably perfect. Feels good for the Colts. Up next, we got the Titans. What do they need? So they need some offensive line. They need some corners. They need wide receivers. Probably not looking wide receiver in the first round. They got A.J. Brown. They're solid number one. Maybe they do. I just think they probably want to look for somebody a little later. They probably have other needs to address, really. O-line feels like the big one. Maybe corner. And they're looking at line. And maybe they look at Jenkins at 22. But I think they're looking at this corner board. They see Newsome. They see Farley. And they're liking it. They're liking it. And they're going to be the team that tries to snag Farley right here, 22. I like that pick. I really do like that pick. We got the Jets. Already took their guy, Zack Wilson, at 1. They got their QB. Now they got to protect him. They could use some O-line, some corners. O-line and corners. That's what it's going to look like. And Newsome is on the board. Maybe they like Jenkins. Who the heck knows? But feels like it's going to be... feels like Newsome could be a reach at this 23rd pick. But who knows? What else do they really need? Cornerback, O-line, D-line. Feels like their best play is going to be the corner in Newsome here. Let's see. Could they go edge? Could they possibly go edge? They could use some D-line. But, yeah, we're going to say this is going to be Newsome right here at 23. We get to the Steelers. The Steelers, they were probably looking at Najee Harris. Najee Harris was definitely on their board. They don't want Benny Snell starting. They do not want him to be the main back for sure. They are definitely upset that Najee went. Now in this situation, do they like Etienne? Do they like Etienne? Maybe, possibly. It depends who else is on the board and what they need. This has QB and some O-line. Let's see, what else do we have? Yep, O-line for sure. Running back, linebacker. What do we got? In terms of O-line, we have Devin Jenkins at 24. I could definitely see that one. Would not be a bad pick at all. And I think that's where they're going to go. They're going to go O-line. They're going to look at Etienne for sure. But Devin Jenkins will ultimately be their pick. Jaguars up next. They got Trevor Lawrence. What do they got to do? They got to protect. They got to protect Trevor Lawrence. All right. Jaguars. Cornerbacks. O-line. D-line. So in terms of corners, not looking too good. Asante Samuel, probably not a first rounder. Other than that, really not too many other good ones on here that are probably likely first rounders. So, what do they got? They need O-line. What are they looking at for O-line? Walker Little? Probably not. Dylan Raduns? Probably not. feels like the pick. Maybe these could be flipped. I could definitely see Oweh going first. He's kind of a raw talent, for sure. But right here, Browns, they're going to go Oweh. Feels like a good pick for them. Up next, we have the Ravens. What do they need? Well, they just traded away an O-line guy that got rid of Orlando Brown to pick up that 31st pick. What are they going to do with these first rounders here? Well, let's see. They're probably going to try to get back one of their offensive line guys, but who's really here? Who's really sitting on the board that they want? Certainly Alex Leatherwood. He hasn't been talked about as a first rounder much, but I have seen him talked about more lately. I can see that. They have Cosme here as well. Would not be surprised by any of these. So, where do they go? Or do they want to wait and see? Do they like somebody else on the board? I mean, what else do they need? They could use some linebackers. Who are the linebackers on the board? Well, where is he? Zaven Collins, still on the board. He's still there. Could definitely be a first rounder, for sure. Wouldn't be surprised by that. They also could be looking receiver, and with Rashad Bateman on the board at 27, I think they like this pick because maybe the Saints, Packers, they might want to snag that. He might not be available at 31. I like the pick. I think they go Bateman at 27, and then they're going to get their tackle back for that 31st pick. But first, got the Saints here. Of course, they need wide receivers, corners, some linebackers, D-line. What do we got on the board here? Wide receivers all over the place. Do they like Terrace Marshall? Who knows? Maybe they like Zaven Collins. Definitely could see that. Feels like that could be their pick. The Packers are looking at this too. They need the same exact stuff. Yeah, we have Saints. Could use linebackers, but they're looking at corners are maybe one. They probably don't want Samuel. Maybe they like wide receivers in this situation. I could definitely see it. Do they want Terrace Marshall here? Maybe, but they might be a run-first team. They could be Taysom Hill in the backfield. They might not be throwing the ball, so maybe they're not really looking there. They're going to want to beef up the defense. What can they do? They need linebackers. Zaven Collins is on the board. They're going to take him at 28. It gets us to the Packers. The Packers are going to be a little different. They're going to probably be leaning towards receiver more, especially if none of the corners are really good picks for them. But what do they need? Corners, some D-line, O-line, linebacker. Wide receiver is actually kind of low on the list for this one, so I actually would trust that a little bit more. I think they go O-line, and it's either Reduns, we'll see, or it could be Cosby. I think we're going to see Leatherwood right there to the 29th pick. 30th, we have the Buffalo Bills. What do they need? Some D-line, corners. Could be looking at a running back. Do they like ETN here? This could be an ETN pick. Would not be surprised by that at all. But D-line, edge corner. Man, Ojulari's on the board. Ojulari is still on the board. You gotta think they would take that. He feels like a late first, for sure. Would not be surprised by that pick at all. So there we go, Ojulari to the Bills. The Ravens, earlier, like we said, got their solid receiver to add to it. Now they're going to be looking tackle. Do they want Reduns or do they want Cosme? Who knows? Feels like it's going to be Cosme. So we're going to go with him. Maybe they even want to go edge and get Rousseau, but I think they're going to try to get tackle back. Cosme feels like a good pick. And yeah, there it is. Down to the last pick now. Buccaneers. What do they want? What do they need? They got all of their starters back, so you just want to fill some holes that could possibly, with injuries or whatever. I think O-line would be the best place. Maybe they like Rousseau. Maybe they're just going to snag him, but I think Red Zones is the pick here. And boom, just like that. That's the first round. I just realized that I screwed up, and I selected all 7 rounds, so we're going to do, oh my god. Dang it. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're not going to be able to see the grades. Screw the grades anyways. Let's go over it again. We'll just look at it from here. Real simple. Trevor Lawrence, Wilson, Fields. I think Fields is going third. I'm just not buying this Mac Jones hype. Maybe they like Lance. I don't know. I'm not buying it. Fields is the best one. The Falcons are going to want to move this pick, but I think because Fields doesn't drop, nobody's going to truly want that fourth pick. They're going to end up taking Pitts. Benny Sewell going to help out Burrow on the line. Dolphins going to add a strong ass receiver to their core, and I don't even think they'll keep Will Fuller next year. Once they add him in, they already have some other decent receiver pieces, so adding him's going to be big. Devontae Smith to the Lions, give Goff another weapon. Start to prepare for the future. Really, you got him a bunch of years down the road, just a solid receiver. Get to the Panthers, get Slater. Help out Sam Darnold, man. He's got McCaffrey there. He's got Robbie Anderson. He's got DJ Moore. They got a solid squad there. They got some guys. They're playing for now. They think they can make the playoffs. I don't think they draft a QB. They believe in their team. Matt Rule wants to go to the playoffs, man. Get to the Broncos. Michael Parsons, linebacker, falling all the way to 9th. Not bad. Linebackers, they just don't get drafted high. And there's been talk about his character issues, but nah, get out of here. He's a really good player. They're gonna take him. They're not gonna. I don't think he's falling. If they don't take him, he's not gonna fall all the way down here. But back to it. Surtain. The Cowboys D is terrible. They could really use him. Waddle to the Giants. Give Jalen Jones a weapon. Eagles pick up their corner. Chargers get a little help on the O-line. Secondary help for the Vikings. Pats get Trey Lance. Cam Newton will start the year out. Trey Lance will learn everything, and he'll be able to sit behind him for sure, at least for this first year. And then they have him for 4 years on a rookie deal. Sounds good to me. Barmore gonna be the first D lineman off the board at 16. That's a good one. Vera Tucker goes 17 to the Raiders. Honestly, the Raiders might want to go defense. Who knows? Who really knows? And then I like this one, Najee Harris and the Dolphins. They don't have any solid running backs. He could really be their guy. And, I mean, he played with Tua. But that's not as important. But Najee Harris is a really good back. It would be a wild pickup for their offense because their defense is decent. It'd be a wild pickup for their offense to get Jamar Chase and Najee Harris, just two freaks. Jock goes at 19. JOK, baby. Football team passes on Mac Jones. He falls to the Bears. I like that pickup. I think that's good. Quiddy Bay, 21. Farley. Titans take a chance on him. Jets, like Newsome, they need a corner. Tevin Jenkins helps out the Steelers line. Jalen Phillips gives him an edge. Owe follows him. Ravens add another solid receiver. David Collins helps out the linebacking core for the Saints. Leatherwood adds some offensive line depth for the Packers. Ojolari to the Bills. Cosme and Radones close it out. Bunch of tackles. Honestly, 3 tackles going at the end like this, probably not going to happen, but I was being hopeful. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Last mock draft. Thank God the draft is here. I can't stop doing these. I love doing these, so it'll finally be nice to know what is happening and just know the first round picks. And yeah, it's awesome. So hopefully you enjoyed.